Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's class. And today we are going to be looking at a crucial topic for product designers and also for product managers. And this topic is market research. Market research is very crucial when it comes to product design, when it comes to product management and building digital products. Even if you are building a tangible product or you want to take a product to the market, you need to do your research, because most likely there are other people that are currently doing what you want to do also. There are needs of people, their compliance and areas of improvement, even from people that are already doing what you want to do. So market research is not something that should be done, that should be done away with. Some people make the mistake of going out in markets without even doing proper research. So that I want to avoid this, and that's why we're considering this topic to help us be better designers, to help us be better product managers. So let's look at this concept. What is the concept of market research? Now, market research is, please, I want to move this. Market research is the process of collecting and analyzing data about your target audience, your competitors, and the overall industry to make informed product decisions. So I'll take that again. It's the process of collecting. So you are collecting data, and also not just collecting this data, but you are analyzing this data about your target users and your competitors. You want to analyze the data in order to know your target audience, your target users or your target audience, and the competitors. Like I said, when you want to launch a product or you want to design a product, most likely there are other people that are already doing that. So these people are called your competitors. You want to collect data, collect information about them. How are they doing what they are currently doing, and how you can do it better, all right? Or what are the threats, the opportunities there. Then you are not just analyzing the competitors, you are also collecting and analyzing data about the entire industry. So let's say you are building a product for a fintech company, for example. You want to analyze how that industry works, all right? What are they doing? Let's say you want to take what they have been doing manually before. You want to design a product or an application that takes the process from just doing it manually to a digitalized environment. So you would want to understand how that industry in itself work before you can build a product to solve a solution within that industry. So it's not that you just want to build for an education or an edtech product and you just start building. You need to do research about that environment. How do doctors work with their patients? How do they, how do they interact? How does the whole system, the entire system work? So you also want to understand the users and also the competitors. So your job is not to guess what customer wants. A lot of designers and a lot of, please, can you hear me? Just one, I'm
Yeah,
not seeing my others.
yeah.
Okay, can you hear me? Thank you. So your job is not to guess what the customer wants, which is the mistake a lot of people make. You cannot just guess that, oh, I believe people will want these products. I believe people will do this, because you just sat down or one day you finish eating a very nice meal and just lay down on your bed and you just start thinking, if I can do a product that can make people start flying in the air, apart from airplane, or maybe a product that just make people teleport from one place to another, because you think it's a very, very fantastic idea in your head and you think everybody would need that, right? and you just go ahead and start building on it, and there's nobody that product is not in demand. But people, when people see a product that can make them teleport, people will subscribe, bro. But that's just on a lighter note. I'm saying some people just come up with like products ideas, all right, and they just think everybody will like it. So your job is not to just say customers will like this product. You have to really find out what they need. You have to find out what is already available in the market and how to deliver something better or different to them. Now, why market research is important? Number one, it helps you to understand customer pain points, their needs, and their desire. So you do market research to understand what is their pain point, in terms of like for example, I went to an hospital and they are still using like, carrying paper up and down, and the waiting time is so much. All these applications and these digital products that we use is because people have listened, people have carried out research to understand what people actually need. They've listened to people, they've listened to customers, and they've seen their pain points. Most time you see products like Facebook, Instagram add new features because they carry out market research from time to time to understand what people want to see on their app and what people want to be introduced on their app. For example, WhatsApp recently introduced their music for status because people want it. I just feel excited. Sometimes people may not want to post achievements or some certain things on Facebook or Instagram because it's too public to the general audience. It's too public, but they just want people, those small contacts of people that they have. And on WhatsApp, I can decide to hide some people. They should not see my status, all right? But I feel so excited and I want to add music to my excitement, the post I did. And I can't find that button. That's one customer need. So I believe WhatsApp product managers, they've done this research to see how people want to add like a feeling to their post, to add emotion, and they can do this by adding music. So you want to understand your customer pain points, their needs, their desires. Then you also carry market research to validate whether your product idea is worth pursuing. So you can come up, anybody can have an idea, but is that idea worth pursuing? So market research will help you understand if people actually will interact with this product, all right, when you finally launch that product. Then the next one is identify market trends and gaps. So you want to carry out research to understand what is already in the market, all right, what is currently trending in the market, and what are the gaps that needed to be filled or that needs to be filled in that area. Then you also want to carry out market research because you need to analyze competitors and see their strengths and their weaknesses, and also where you can bring your unique selling point and what you can do on your own to make it better. Then the next thing is that you carry out market research because it reduces the risk of building a product nobody wants. So you don't want to pay a designer. You don't want to. I remember when I was in my internship as a product designer, my first internship, we designed a product and this man had to be paying from his pocket, from his salary. All right. And we had to be chasing him for those of us that at the end of the ladder, the interns. We had to be chasing him for money. There was a time he didn't pay me, he only paid me one salary. The internship was supposed to be for 3 months. And it's 30K. He only paid me 130K. The many months, it was like, come on, he just sent me data allowance. You've spent your money paying developers, paying senior UI UX designers, senior this thing. And at the end of the day, nobody wants to use that product. I went online to check that product. It's just there. People are not interacting. But when the idea came, it was like it's a big idea and all that. So building without research is like shooting in the dark. You can't see what you are aiming for. You can't even aim for anything. You are just shooting out in a dark space. Now, what are the types of market research? Number one, primary market research. Now, when you are doing a primary market research, you collect this data yourself directly from the users or markets. So primary research is the data you collect yourself directly from users or markets. How do you do this? You do this through surveys. You can do surveys like Google Form. Can administer Google Form to a small group of people or a large group of people. So you can do surveys. It's good for collecting data from structured data, all right, from large group. For example, you can ask 100 people how often they use, let's say you want to develop a fitness app and what feature they use more. You can also do user interviews, one-on-one conversation with people. Let's say you are analyzing, you want to like do an app for men, all right? How men can, be better men. How men can be better men. Let me put it that way. So you can just go to where you can find men, places like gym, places like barbing salon, places you can find men generally and have one-on-one conversation with them to understand their behavior, their deeper motivation, their frustration, their behavior. So I was talking about this last week that there's an app I use, which is called the Flow app. That app was built, because women like to converse. Women like conversation. When you ask them a simple question, they want to like explain. All right. That app was designed having that in their mind. But when you want to design an app for like men don't like just give me the answer. All right. So you want to like understand the behavior of the people you are building the app for. Now, another method for primary research is focus group. You can do small focus group discussion that can help you to gather ideas and test your parents and maybe their shopping style or something. You can just go to a shopping mall. Can you hear me? It's saying my internet is unstable. Can you hear me, please? I need feedback.
Yeah, we can hear you. It was breaking a little bit, but we can hear you.
Okay, but you can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you can do observation, you can just observe by going where you can find your users, all right? Watch how people interact. Most of these applications, they at the back end, they when they launch a feature, all right, at the back end, they used to like collect data. How many people, for example, I believe on a platform like Facebook, they'll be tracking people that use, okay, maybe features like, features like comment, those ones are, but maybe they launch a new feature. They want to track how are people interacting with this feature. Are they actually using it? To get feedback and to know whether they should leave it there. I've seen a feature that Instagram launched. It's called Flip. It was not available on the Nigerian Instagram because I also do social media management for people too. So I was managing an account for someone that is in Canada, and there was this feature that Instagram launched called Flip Side. So, but all my Nigerian accounts, that flip side was not there. So I guess we are just testing it with a small group of people, maybe people in Canada or something. So after a while, I didn't see that feature again. It was a feature that allow you to just flip to another word. You can, so instead of your profile to be general to the public, you can, just like a WhatsApp, you can just add people, but it has the same feature with Instagram. It has everything you can do on Instagram, but you can only, it's not general to the public. But I guess people were not in production and anymore. And I didn't hear anything about it. So you can read about it and maybe why it was not launched. So I don't think people actually interacted with it. And I was actually managing two accounts, two Canada account. One is for a church and one is for a travel agency. And both have it. They both had it. But on my Nigerian accounts, I didn't see them. So yeah, I believe they got that, can observe. Then secondary research. Now you can get do secondary research by, ChatGPT is our friend. Then Google is also our friend. can check on Google Trends. You can go to Google Trends to check what is trending, how people what are the new updates in fintech. Let's say you are bidding for fintech, a fintech product. You can go for online reports like Statistical, McKinsey, HBR, and the likes. There are sources there online, a lot of sources that you can get online reports. Also, there are platforms where you can go for Medium. On Medium, for example, you can see how people. Sorry, please. You can see reviews about apps. You can also go to Play Store too. So let's say you are building an app for men to become better men. So just go to Play Store and check for apps that have to do with men. Download some of them and see, or check the reviews and see what people are saying about those applications. So if they are giving that application 4.5, 5.5, you want to see why people are interacting with that app and giving them that review. Or if that review the review there is quite low, look at the app, download it, see what is making people giving it a bad report, or even from the conversation, from the review themselves, you can see what people are saying and see what not to add on your own product, what to add and what not to add, or what to improve on. Then go to competitors' websites too. Go to their apps also, look at their apps, look at their pricing pages, see how you can make your own product better. Then social media conversation. Social media. Again. Okay, thank you. You can go. So social media conversations, and so sorry for that. Social media conversation on Twitter, Reddit, and Quora. So you can have social media, go on social media, see what people are saying. You can just even use an hashtag and look for conversations around that hashtag related to what you are researching for. So secondary research is faster and often free. It's faster, it's very free. A broad view of the market. Then let's move on to step by step how to conduct market research. Number one, define your goal. You need to understand why you are doing the research that you are doing. All right. Ask yourself, what decision are you trying to make? So when you are researching for something, what do you want to find out? All right. Recently I'm seeing a series on Netflix. I don't know how many of us have seen it. The Residence, all right, is about investigation and all that. So there's something that the woman is trying to get. Who killed somebody? Who killed Baby? What's the name of that man? Who have watched it here? A.B. Winter. All right. So what decision are you trying to make by doing that, your investigation, by doing your research? What are you trying to find out? Do you want to find out about the usability? Do you want to find out about how many people actually downloaded this app? How many people are actually using this app? So you need to define the goal of your research. Then what do you want to learn? What do you want to learn? For example, you can say, I want to know why young professionals are not using budgeting apps regularly. So there was an idea that came to mind that time. I was like, let's build an app. So at my office, we used to do like brainstorming. What product can we do? We need to build in-house products. We used to build product for other companies, but let's build our own product we can sell. Then I'm like, okay, let's do budgeting apps for people. So, but why are people not using budget? There are some applications that have this budgeting stuff. Why are people not using it? Why are young people not doing it? So that's how that idea was not accepted. So, but maybe I'm not defining it better. Maybe there's a way we can do it. Now we make young people start using it. So because young people don't like things that, especially Gen Zs, those of us that we are even millennials that we are doing like Gen Zs, we want to like have an application or product that just makes everything in life easier for us. So you can say, define your goal. You want to learn why people are using Instagram more than Facebook. Why are people using this bank app? Why are people leaving GTB app? Like me, why am I not using my GT again? and I ran to Access. I went to revive my Access Bank account. What made me left? So I've heard a lot of people say they've abandoned GT app, especially when they were having those glitches and all that. So why? What happened to the product? What is the interface like? What is the issue that people are facing? So define your goal and know what you are trying to learn. Then identify your target audience. You need to be clear about who you are researching. So who are you researching? Define your customers or your target audience by their age group, their location, their job. You also want to define them by their goals and their behaviors. You will also categorize them based on their pain points and frustration. So you want to learn about your target audience so you can build a target audience persona. So a target audience persona is like a dummy person or an imaginary person. You can give the person a name. You can say the person is Tolu. You can even put a picture to that. All right. Sorry, I supposed to include what a target audience persona look like for you, but I don't know. You just take like a picture, a random stock picture. You can even use an memoji. You can use stock photos. You just put it at the side. Say this person's name is Tolu, is 27 years old, is an online seller. His goal is that he wants a mobile app to, all right, and expenses. Then what's the pain point? She wants to find Excel. She finds Excel sheets too complicated. So that's her pain point. She wants to be able to track her selling. She wants to track her expenses, but platforms like Excel sheet makes it too complicated for her. So what can I do better? So you want to like draft PM or target audience persona, all right, then define their age, define how they even interact with platforms. So this is just an example. There are other things you can put there. You can put location. You can say this person stay in Lagos. You can even put educational level based on the app you are designing for. So if you are building something for, let's say, an app that it's people that are very educated that be able to interact with that app, you need to be able to like draw a target audience persona for those that application. All right. Then step 3, choose the right research method. You need to choose the right research method. So you need to ask yourself, do I need numbers and statistics? So if you want to gather numbers and statistics, like how many people are actually using this app, all right, how many things that have to do with numbers and statistics, you have to use surveys. Surveys will just give you, so when you administer surveys like Google form, all right, it will just automatically generate like an Excel sheet that you can just see the number, all right, you can just see it will just number everything for you. Then you can see the number of people. You can even categorize things like women, all right, how many women are using the app, how many men, things like that. If you need things that have to do with getting numbers of people, use survey. If you want to have detailed stories and opinions, so you want people to explain, all right, use interview. Test how user behave, use usability testing, all right? Usability testing, you can test how they behave, how they interact with maybe you've already designed an app, all right, or a product, and you want to test how people are interacting with certain feature, you can use usability testing, whereby you are getting data from the back end to see how people are interacting with certain features on the platform. Then the next one is collect and organize the data. So you've already gotten this data, collect them and organize the data so you can record interviews, all right, with permission. Ask people that, oh, can I record this conversation? If they not want you to record them, don't record. But recording interviews is best for when you are doing interviews. Then organize feedback into themes. Then if the feedback that people give to you, you can organize them into themes. You can say, okay, this feedback is about pricing issues. So people are complaining about pricing. How many women are talking about pricing issues? How many men or people in certain location are talking about the pricing, or people with certain educational background, or people with setting salary level, are complaining about pricing. People are talking about it's confusing. So how many people talk about the fact that the product is confusing? Amina 27 interacting with this platform said it's quite confusing. All right. The same thing with Bolu that lives in this thing said it's confusing. So you can organize your feedback into themes. Then use charts and graphs to visualize your survey and results. So when you want to like demo to your team, like comprehend what the research you've done, organize them into, put them into charts, put them into graphs. You can organize them to say, oh, how many people, how many men. So you put them into graphs and give them a visual representation of, design a visual representation of whatever survey you are carrying out. Then analyze and extract insights. Don't just collect data, interpret them. What pattern, and ask yourself, what pattern am I seeing? Are people complaining about the onboarding of that application? So there's a pattern here that I can see. Please go and watch that movie, that series, The Residence. You understand what I'm saying, all right? There's a pattern here I'm seeing. There's a pattern with, for example, you are reading reviews on Play Store. People are complaining about ads, recurrence of ads on the platform. That's a pattern. Then what's surprising or unexpected? So somebody among other people you are interviewing might just say something that you as the product owner, you are not like, you didn't see before, you didn't catch before. There are several products that in my team we've designed that we didn't felt that something was an issue. It was not when we were demoing to the clients or the stakeholders that someone just say something and we were like, wow, how did we miss that? So when you are collecting data, you want to like catch things that are surprising or things that are unexpected. Then what problems are users repeatedly mentioning? You also want to like capture that. For example, 50% of users drop off during sign up because the form is too long. That is, maybe onboarding of on the app is too long. You will lose people on that. So it tells you that the sign up process or the onboarding process or the login process is simpler. Now, what are the tools you can use? You can use for survey.
Hello, Faith, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We have about 7 minutes more.
Yes, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Close it up. Okay. I'm almost done. So these are the tools you can use. Google Form, Typeform. For surveys, you can use Google Form. For user interview, you can use Zoom. Otter.ai for transcription. For computer analysis, you can use SimilarWeb, App Annie. For trends, you can use Google Trends. Answer the public. For user persona, you can use Hotspot persona generator. Then analyze and synthesize your data. So for qualitative data, interviews and reviews, group responses into themes. Like I said before, you can do affinity mapping, you can use Miro, or you can use Figma, FigJam to do your affinity mapping. So map things, complain or things that are from all your feedback, things that have the same theme or the same idea, group them together. So you can use those stickers, those e-stickers to group them to say, oh, this part is for weaknesses, you group them together. This part is for strengths, this part is for opportunities and all that. So you want to look for recurring pain points and that. Then how to analyze your competitors. Visit their website, test their products, read customer reviews on Play Store, Apple Store, Trustpilot, look at their pricing, their features and their design. Use tools like SimilarWeb to see their traffic sources. So these are the ways you can analyze your competitors. So before you do like do a product, go and research your competitors. What are they already doing? Then do SWOT analysis. So what is SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis is a simple framework to understand a product or brand market positioning. So some of us understand what SWOT analysis is. You want to understand your strength, the strengths of your business. What do you do so well? Then weaknesses, what can you improve upon? That's for an existing product. Then opportunity. Sorry, I said opportunist. Opportunity, let me edit that. I'll change that. Opportunity. All right. So you want to like what are the trends you can jump upon? All right. How can you position yourself better? Then threats, what challenges exist and how can you solve those challenges? All right. So what is the threat to even your company? Because let's say you want to do something like a Facebook. Facebook is already a threat for you because a lot of people are there. How can you now bring people to your own platform? So you need to like do something better than a Facebook. So turn your research into product decisions. So you want your insights should be clear, actionable, and linked to your products. So um you need to turn everything you get from your research, turn them into actionable position. Then apply research to product strategy. Use your research to validate or reject ideas. So when you are doing like your daily stand-up or people are saying, or the stakeholder or the business owner is, or the idea owner is say, add this, add that, add this. So because of the research that you have done on your own end, you can validate the ideas or you can reject the ideas. Then you can use it to inform your MVP. So because most products, they design MVP first, like their minimum viable products. You can use those research to launch your um to launch the first, all right, the first your MVP rather, to launch the version 1 of your product. Then you can use your product you can prioritize your features based on real needs. Then share findings with stakeholders to ensure that everybody is aligned. Then this is just like a checklist to summarize everything. So before you do your research, ask yourself, do I know what I'm trying to learn? Have I identified my target audience? Have I chosen the right method? Is my questionnaire or interview script clear and unbiased? Do I have a plan for analyzing the data? So that's it. Thank you so much. Is there any question within the next 1 minute before I hand over to Doyin?
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So like in your course of work, when it comes
Yeah.
to market research, whose job is it? Is it that a market researcher is paid separately? Is it a designer's job or is it a PM's job? Like who exactly handles this part of the project?
Market research. Yeah, so for market research, it starts from the PM, the product manager. So the product manager, we do the market research. We administer the Google form, we do interviews, we even go to, let's say we are building something that have to do with different departments. We go to each of these departments to understand how their processes work. So the company has to give us like, if it's for a client, we set up Google meetings or we go there physically to just understand how their processes work. Then for the designers should not just say, okay, this is the product manager have done all the research. As a designer, also the product designers, they have to like do their own research. So your research is about usability, and you have to do research based on the interface and the experience. All right. So you don't want to design what people cannot use. You also want to research what the developers can design, that what they can build. So you are working alongside even the developers as you're implementing something that is out of the ordinary. You want to ensure that developers can do it. You want to like research other applications. So because the product designer may not even do some of those in-depth research when it comes to like design. So that's your own work. So that's the answer to the question you asked.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
so is there any other question? Is there any other question? Please, though, you can take over.
All right, thank you. Let me stop recording.